It's about 11 o'clock Eastern, so we'll go ahead and get started. My name is John Mann, and I'm an assistant professor here at Michigan State University, and I host the series Innovations in Agriculture and Rural Development, which is sponsored by the North Central Regional Center for Rural Development. So I want to welcome everybody to our webinar today. Before we get started, a couple of things real quick. So our presentation is being recorded, and I've got a couple of URLs in the chat box below. One is for our YouTube page, and the other is for the NCRCRD page. And so at the once we get the webinar wrapped up, it'll be about a day or so, but we'll get it posted and a copy of the slides to those URLs. Also I put mine and Dr. Charles' email in the chat box below, so you can reach out to him directly if you'd like. And if you've got questions, you can email me in terms of the webinar series. Please feel free to email me. So finally, our presentation will be about 25 minutes, and we'll have time for questions and answers at the end. And as your questions come about, please enter them in the chat box below. And so with that, Dr. Quinn Chow is a professor at South Dakota State University, and he's going to share more about his group's efforts on green electric power generation. So Quinn, go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for joining my webinar. Also, I'd like to appreciate John to schedule or organize this webinar, and also ask me to give the presentations, talk about the research of the energy-related research in Midwest regions. As John mentioned, I'm a professor from South Dakota State University. I'm currently in electrical engineering. I also hold a few research director positions, like the EDI University Center director, and also the NSF IUCRC Planning Grants site director. So today I'm going to talk about the NSF IUCRC focus on solid-state batteries. As you can see from the, I'm not sure the pointer, maybe not here, okay. As you can see here, our center right now is in the planning stage, and then we have 4 universities involved, 3 from South Dakota, like South Dakota State University, South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, and also University of South Dakota. And then we have a lot of external universities from Boston regions. And then these 4 universities form a consulting, and we work closely with industry. That's one of the purposes here. I'd like to, reach out to more industries. If anyone knows industries that are interested in the members as this NSF IUCRC, I would be happy to talk with them, maybe recruit them as the members. And also we work with national lab and federal and state institution and government as well. So here's the outline. I may not go deep into the outline due to the time, and I'm going to the next slide. Here I show this just from the NSF website. We received about like $15,000 to the planning activities from last December to this December. During this time, we are doing a lot of planning activities, including meetings with other universities, researchers, to define the research activity, research scope, and also recruit different industry members. As required by NSF, we have to have at least 3 industry members as firm members, or a few as associate members. So more will be better. So that's the focus for right now. That's also one of the reasons I talked with John. We changed the topic to this IUCRC research. Hopefully we can find someone who will be interested as members for our center. So we have spent last 7 or 8 years to prepare these energy storage centers. So when went back to 2010, we start some presentation with NASA Glenn centers, talk about the energy storage for applications in space or NASA applications. And then we also send a few faculty members to NASA Glenn centers for summer faculty fellowship and also student scholarship. And then later we received initiation grants from NASA EPSCO Followed by that, we received a major large scale grant. That's about 3/4 million to work on the solid state batteries. And then after that, we spend time work on the project. We obtained the result, which is pretty good. And then we work with DoD, SBIR, receive funding for phase 1, and later we will successfully get funding for phase 2. And then last year we were working with NSF IUCRC Track 1 grants. At that moment, our proposal was selected as a finalist, one of the 5. We gave a presentation, and then we talked about the research project, and then the reviewer did not select us for the final submission to NSF, but they recommend, since our proposal was focused a lot on applied research, working with the industry, and then they suggest NSF IUCRC program. That's why we work with the NSF IUCRC program, submit the pre-proposals or planning grants proposals, and then we were awarded that planning award, and then that's how we got to now. We are working on the first proposal toward the planning activities, recruiting industry members, and prepare the first proposal at this moment. So energy storage is very important in everyday, for everybody's life. Unfortunately, the energy storage has challenges or limitations. One of these will be the safety. As you still remember, a few years ago, Samsung cell phone had issues with the explosion or catch fire, and also in addition to that, earlier there's issues with the Boeing about their battery, catch fire or cause explosion. Also, HP laptop. All these cause big issues for industry. For example, the Samsung caused about 10 billion or 17 billion loss during that year. And also HP record 50,000 lithium-ion batteries due to the safety issues. So most of these issues come with the, if you look at the current technology for this energy storage, the highest capacity batteries are typically use liquid electrolyte. Liquid electrolyte use liquid organic solvent that cause flammable issues, also temperature sensitive and other issues there that cause issues for their safety. As one of the solutions to this would be the solid state batteries. Get rid of all the liquid electrolyte or also the polymer materials, and then that can be the good solution to the safety issues for batteries. So all solid state, you can also make this. If you look at this diagram here, this all solid state, and then at this moment the highest capacity batteries will be based on lithium metal. So with lithium metal, if you use liquid electrolyte, that can easily cause the dendrite growth because the lithium metal, the lithium surface is very reactive. And then the solid state electrolyte can function as the surface, modifier or surface passivation layer that prevents the lithium dendrite growth. And then with that, if you look at these structures, you can see here. I'm not sure the mouse does not work. The lithium metals can be here, metal can be here, and then you have solid electrolyte, you have the cathode materials here. You can make the batteries very compact, very small, compared to the liquid electrolyte. You worry about the leakage and also the materials you use as a anode. So with the solid state, you can get a lot of benefit, like non-flammable, broad range of temperature operation, and unlimited charge discharge, and also high voltage power, eco-friendly recycling, and low risk at larger scales. And then the applications for lithium metal or solid state lithium metal batteries are very broad. So what I show here, if you look at these different technologies, this will be the size. If you go up smaller size with the higher energy density, and then that's for y-axis here. This is the y-axis here. And then for x-axis, you will see the energy density with longer range. Longer range that with if you charge one time, you can use the battery for longer time. That means you have you have higher capacity of this charge stored or energy stored in the batteries. As you see here, the lithium metal batteries, right, has both smaller size with higher capacity energy density, or also longer range with higher energy density. So this offers a lot of potential there. But the problem with lithium metal is lithium dendrite growth. That can cause issues, both safety and also the capacity decay, capacity and reduction issues for lithium metal batteries. That's why the liquid electrolyte will not work for this type of batteries. Only solid electrolyte will work. So example is that nowadays, people think the electric vehicles will be the future, right? But the problem is that where can you charge this? How can you charge this quickly? So that requires the battery should be charged less frequently with higher capacity. That means you can have one charge run for longer distance. Just example there. Other applications for these solid-state batteries will be the electric power grid. So right now, electric power grids focus a lot of use these fossil fuels. As in the future, more of these sources of energy will come from renewable energy, such as wind energy, solar, or even, I'm not sure, this is probably solar here, also biofuels, or these kind of renewable energies. And then renewable energies, they are not stable, they are not reliable. For example, wind depends on location, right? You have to have the wind first. Solar, the same thing. You have to have sunny days with the sunlight be stable. Otherwise, you got issues. You don't have this energy coming from solar. If the cloud days or even at night, there's no sunlight there. Or this requires the renewable energy to be smoothed, to be stabilized before they are integrated into the power grid. That requires energy storage will be an effective tool to stabilize, to make this renewable energy reliable before they come to the grid. And then let me go back here. The other thing would be, if you look at this market for energy storage, it's especially for lithium-ion batteries. You can see last year is about 295 megawatts. In 4 years, it will be increased by 10 times, about 2.5 gigawatts. And then if you look at the market for the money, look at the money side, by 2025 will be 90 billion. It's huge, and then the annual growth will be 17%. So here I would emphasize the mission of our centers, especially for NSF IUCRC, also would benefit, especially for our state, also for Midwest regions. So the number one thing for us, because we are in the university academic, so this NSF grants can help us to improve our research competitiveness, help us to create new classes of solid-state materials and new analysis tools at the net atomic layer or subatomic scale, also help us to grow to produce or generate safe, reliable, and economically feasible technology products that can help the state to grow for their economic development. And also, especially for our state right now, our state focuses a lot of tourism, precision agricultures, and biotechnologies. In addition to that, there's no other high-tech technologies. Like, we talk a lot about now renewable energies, but we don't have that things in South Dakota at this moment. So this will help our state or even maybe Midwest regions for high-tech technology, for improved, status as a high-tech state, and also the energy storage will support the agriculture, the market, the power, and other industry sectors in the state. So as I mentioned earlier, we have 4 universities. Actually, we chose these 4 universities because we have complementary expertise, which each university, and also each university has their unique channel to reach out to industry to recruit industry members. For example, here, School Mines, South Dakota School Mines, they focus on the new materials integration. Like our university, SDSU focuses on the integration with solar, between battery and solar, and UST focus on modeling, and then Northeastern University focus on characterization of the materials and the battery devices. So in September, actually September 12 to 14, we have planning meetings in Rapid City. It's a nice city there for 2 reasons. And then the planning meeting will help us to organize the activities, to prepare the proposals, and also talk with industry members. We invite industry members to the planning meetings. Also, NSF will send their program manager to the planning meetings. We also invite our vice president for research from each institution to come to the planning meetings. So the planning meetings will be a good opportunity for anyone who are interested in our center to join our center as members, especially from industries. And then we can talk more there, and also the industry member can see, what is the specific focus, what kind of new product or new technologies the center can bring to the industry, can help the industry to revitalize their technologies or their products. So right now, when we are working with the different industry, because each university need to select their own, need to recruit their own industry. Here are just some examples we talk with when we submit the planning grants. And then some of these members may be different. Some of the members we have right now may be different than what we show here. But this is where we started. Just shows that we have a lot of industry showed interest to join the center as industry members. And then right now, if you look at nationwide of these IUCRC centers, there are about 6 of them doing something closely related to us, but ours is usually focused on solid-state batteries. And then, for example, others focus on this power energy field, like 1 in Colorado, 3 in Texas, and then 1 in Virginia, and then another one in New York. And then these are different centers now, has been funded, and is currently ongoing effort with them. So the center, our center were developing this new technology in this energy storage, which has a lot of applications related to our state and also Midwest region. For example, agriculture is a big thing in South Dakota and other Midwest states. Right? So the battery, right now, some of the battery has been used during the operation. That can provide longer time of operation and also lower cost. And then on the societal side, for example, all these batteries, right? All these laptops, cell phones, and other things use batteries. And then, as you see, if you buy a new cell phone, you can, charge that maybe every 2 days. The time goes, you have to, charge every day. Maybe as time goes, if you don't buy a new cell phone, you have to, charge your phone maybe like twice a day if you use a lot. So all these cause issues there. And then the market is huge. The market does need higher capacity, battery devices. In other applications like healthcare, right? If you have battery used in the body, you don't want to change it, right? Every half year, you want to change it like 10 years or even longer, right? And then also for transportation. And the other side, for the university education side, and then the center can help the university to bring new faculty lines, hire new postdoc, grad students, and also create new courses and programs there. So the benefit to the state, to the Midwest region will be huge. And then what benefit an industry member can get? The number one thing will be the investment leverage. For example, NSF provides like $150,000 per year per university site. And then industry can join the university just like $50,000 per year or $25,000 per year, depend. $50,000 will be firm member, $25,000 like associate members. And then the industry can leverage the $150,000. For example, if you have 2 more industry joining, like 3 industry join, total will be like $150 from industry, or another $150 from National Science Foundation. So the industry can leverage like from $50,000 to like $3,000. Now, if you have more industry joining, you can even leverage to $500,000. See, the industry can leverage their investment, and also sector networking. There's no worry about the antitrust For example, like between Ford and GM, there's issues. They cannot share ideas there, but under the center required by NSF, the different companies can share ideas, with under the umbrella of these centers. And the other thing, our universities, plus the other 3 universities, we have a lot of facilities for research. This can be shared by industry, and also workforce development. We train students, postdoc, which can be hired by the industry to be specific to their product development, to their R&D effort. And then for academic side, there's a lot of benefit as well, like new research, new education programs, new students, new staff, and also help us to develop new technologies and new products that can help the economic development. And then the center can work a broad range of these industry sectors. For example, battery companies, and then auto companies, and then the materials company, mining companies, or the power companies, and also the big corporations like Google, Facebook. The director from Square Mines have talked with Google and Facebook, and also during the planning meetings, I think we'll have Ford will send people to our planning meetings, and then there's a chance to meet with different companies, different representatives during our planning meetings. And then let me get all this here. So the finance or the investment for this energy storage is huge. If you look at the news is here, especially in this auto companies, they have a lot of investment in electric vehicles. So the top green energy financiers, they're about like 1 trillion investment in US. That's right now what's going on, what's happening. Okay. With that, I give enough background about the centers, and then next few slides I'm going to share a few projects we did at our university in my group. That's especially for the high capacity lithium metal batteries. And then one project we did is let me see this. Okay, there's a tube here did not show. Okay, so here there's a foliage here. I don't know why. Maybe convert to the PDF version. There's something that's missing. There's a foliage tube here. In the foliage tube, we inject some plasma nitrogen gas under the radio frequency RF power supplies. And then it will generate this nitrogen plasma. And the nitrogen plasma will react with the lithium metal, and then for the lithium nitride. The lithium nitride can function as a effective passivation layer, help this to stop the lithium dendrite growth. So if you can control the time you used for the reactions in the lithium nitride in the foliage, you can control this very short time, like 1 minute, 3 minutes, or 2 minutes. And then you can optimize the amount of lithium dendrite growth on the surface. And then you can check that by seeing the XRD here. And I will not go much to details. And then you can see like 2 minutes, you have very uniform, if you look at this cross-section, scanning electron microscope, very uniform, lithium nitride grow on the surface. And then use this, you fabricate the batteries. You can fabricate a dummy cell or symmetrical cell with the lithium metal as electrode for both cathode and anode as symmetrical cell. And then you run the cycles. You can see 2 minutes you see much longer cycles. If you see like without any lithium nitride growth, the battery died like 300 hours. And then with 1 minute it has been improved. With 2 minutes has been improved a lot. Even with 500 still working fine. And then 3 minutes you see there's some decay, the capacity decay in the batteries. So that shows in 2 minutes. If you just use 2 minutes lithium nitride growth in plasma, nitrogen plasma, you can significantly improve the capacity, also the cycles of this lithium metal battery. And then here I show the magnesium. And without the lithium nitride, you see here this lithium nitride. You grow very compact layer lithium nitride. And then if you don't have this lithium nitride, you see the lithium dendrite growth here. Sometimes this lithium dendrite growth can be very long, penetrate the electrolyte, and then short your batteries. Even they don't short the batteries, but some of these will be broken from the dendrite, and then they will be isolated in the electrolyte, cause the loss of the lithium. Because lithium is the active material, you have to keep the certain amount there so your battery can run. And then here from the SCM, you can see clearly there's some lithium dendrite growth. Once you have this lithium nitride, you see there's no needles here. The needle causes problems. And the same thing if you see the cross sections, the lithium nitride shows very compact layers. Yeah. Next, if you look at these capacities, performance of the batteries, you can see the battery works very well with lithium nitride, with like what I show here, 100 cycles. And the same thing you can show the capacity has been improved using lithium nitride, especially after certain cycles, like 10 or 100 cycles. So you can see the batteries, lithium metal batteries, have been improved. Another project is about the same purpose. We try to protect or passivate the surface of lithium metal. What we use is actually graphite silicon dioxide instead of the lithium nitride. So this graphite silicon dioxide was made by sputtering, and then the work has been published on advanced energy materials. And you can see the same thing with where's my stuff? Here, okay. With this graphite and silicon dioxide protection, you can see the battery can run about 2,000 cycles, compared to without that, the battery will die like 400 or 300. The same thing, this one is a lower, charging rate, at a higher charging rate, and then you can see it's the same thing, can be improved from like 300 to 900, and you can see significant improvement in the lithium metal battery performance. And then the same thing here, without this graphite or silicon dioxide, you see a lot of dendrite growth, or these needle things. See here, right? Once you have this graphite silicon dioxide protection, you see the surface become very smooth, and you don't see any needles here. And then the same thing, okay, there's another issue here. For some reason, the figure did not show, what happens. And then typically the graphite silicon dioxide has much higher capacities, and also quantum efficiency problem is the same thing, but the capacity have been improved a lot. The same thing you can see here, all this like blue here, and then also the pink. This shows higher capacities than the one without graphite or silicon dioxide. The same thing here. For some reason, the figures did not show here, on the program. Anyway, and we have a website showing the CEPS, shows NSF IUCRC. This is the website, and then I'm not sure if I can see it. And then you can go to this website. You can find a lot of information about the centers. So anyone who are interested, join the centers. Yeah, you can contact us. We can have some discussion, and then we can explain. We can work with you to see, if you have interest, if your research or if your industry focus, is well aligned with us, and then there's possibility for you guys to become members with the centers. And then with that, I think the time has been here. I would like to, close up and take any questions. Thank you. Yeah.
Quinn, thanks for that presentation. So in the audience, as your questions come up, please enter those in the chat box. And so Quinn, while we're waiting for questions, can you talk just a little bit about how we might be able to help you in terms of the center and in terms of recruiting? What kinds of things would be helpful in that regard?
Oh, at this moment, I think we're recruiting industry members who can join our planning meetings in Rapid City, September 12th to 14th. So, and then our researchers from the center will give presentation of the focus of the research activities, and then what new technology, what new research we are doing in the center. And then we want industry members, the potential industry members, to come to the meetings, to listen to us, and then to have discussion, see how we can collaborate, work with each other. So at this moment, from the audience, if anyone from industry or if anyone from academic who knows any industry, or even any professors or faculty member have startup companies, we can initiate some discussion. The company can be small, can be big, it doesn't matter. As a industry members there.
Okay, thanks for that. So first question from Bill, what does a commitment from a business look like to join the group? Any sort of investment?
Oh, the sort of investment is, the investment NSF require like 50,000 per year as a firm members, or social member with 25,000 per year. But the company, any company who invests this can leverage another 300,000 or 500,000 there. And then there's also opportunities for your company to work with other companies in the centers, and then for your company to use our facilities. Once you pay this, once you invest in the centers, you can use our facilities for free. You can also use our students. Like we have students work for the centers. The student can be funded by this, investment you have. You can get free students to work for your project, from the centers. You can also have this free access to the equipment facilities, as I mentioned. So I think even you invest like 25K or 50K, the benefit to your company will be huge. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that. Next question is from Robert. He says, I work with farmers. What industries do you want? So you might, if you wouldn't mind just speaking a little bit about industries and maybe broadly, especially considering our group here looks like a lot of folks in agriculture and farming.
Sure. The farming or the agriculture industry, for anywhere, they use energy supplies or energy storage. For example, even John Deere, if you look at John Deere has energy storage division there. They developing the batteries that can help them to help their tractors, help their big equipment to run. And also, if you look at small scale, like if farmers, producers use drones, that's use batteries. Also, if they apply the sensors, like sensor network in their field, on their farms, and then they need to use batteries. So specifically, I would say, what industry, anywhere you use, energy storage or energy supplies for equipment or for your devices, for your sensors, for your drones or tractors, I think we can work with them, because our purpose is to develop this, higher capacity, longer operation batteries for different applications, and also we also try to develop the fast charging batteries that can work at low temperatures, outside, outdoor applications.
Okay, thank you for that. The next question is from Tyler. You touched on this a little bit, but maybe you might expand just a little bit to some other kinds of technologies. But what kinds of ag farming technologies are you looking at?
Sure. For right now, for example, I can give one example. Right now, we are working with plant science faculty to develop the weather plants, or weather sensor stations for ag farming applications. For example, I think about 2 weeks ago, I gave a talk about the precision ag stations. In that stations, we have 9 different sensors to take to get data from the soil, from the plants, from the weather. The 9 different sensors cover the soil temperature, soil moisture, or soil nutrition, like phosphorus, nitrogen, and also soil, like soil compact information, and also the plants. Like it can sense the plants like deep wetlands, especially for like white mold in the soybeans, and also for the environment, like the air temperature, air humidity, and the wind, solar, also the solar radiation. All these different sensors are embedded or integrated with the sensor station. So for that sensor station, we need to have the batteries or the solar panels as a power supply. But solar panel only work during daytime when you have enough sunlight. At night or during the slowing time or during the raining time, cloud days, you don't have enough sunlight, and then the battery can help you for that. I think that's just one application of this kind of egg farming technologies.
Okay, thank you for that. Next question is from Heidi. Are you looking for community development involvement? I work closely with community leaders in Texas.
Yes, I think that would be good outreach. I think we need to do a lot of outreach for the IUCRC. In addition to the technology research activities, we need to work with communities, outreach to like high school, middle school, or even general public there to get involved in this community development. I think I can work with Heidi there. We can have a contact, and then we can talk more after this webinar.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, from Ron, are there specific states you want to partner with?
Oh no, we have no specific state. I think this NSF IUCRC is nationwide. We can work with anyone from any state. For example, right now we work with Michigan, and then also California. It's pretty far away from us.
Okay, thanks for that. From Joe, are these batteries available in the market?
Oh, they are not available in the market yet. They are still in the research state, especially for lithium metal batteries. And then we are working on these new materials and also in the fascia layers to prevent the lithium dendrite growth. At this moment, maybe there are some startup companies try to commercialize that, but the batteries themselves are not available in the market yet.
Okay, thank you for that. Next question from Bill. I may have missed it. What companies are you working with right now?
Right now, I have Dakota, as that's in Brookings, South Dakota. It's close to our universities. And then we also have a few startup companies like Nanotech and another company from a chemistry factory. And then this for SDSU side. For Square Mine side, I think they work with Ford, and then they are working with Ford right now. And then for USD, I think they are working with Metronics. Metronics is in Minnesota. Yeah. So the different universities are using working with different companies. So our focus can be different. And then I'm not very sure for those systems they are working which industry, which companies have they are they working with. But in Boston region, there are many industries there. I think it's easy for them to reach out to get the industry members there.
Okay, thanks for that. Next question is from Robert. What about extension? So you talked about, so maybe touch a little on extension.
I think extension more like a service or outreach, right? Extension right now we work with the plant science faculty members. For example, the weather station or the sensor station. We develop the prototype in the lab, and then we send these stations to their farms, and then to demo to the local farmers or producers. And also, I think we can get the high school teachers or high school students or middle school teacher, middle school students, and then to our lab to see our sensor and weather stations that use batteries, or also to just show our batteries or better material technology to them as extension. And then we can offer summer workshop, summer camp, or different kind of things there for the extension. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that. Looks like we've still got a couple folks typing. Let's see, from Heidi. Thanks, I got your email. I can reach out. I need to leave early. Okay, so Quinn, I guess if we don't have any other questions, we can wait here for just a second.
Sure, sure.
But
Hmm.
do you want to maybe touch on your parting thoughts and wrapping up?
Okay, great, great. So thank you, John. Thank you, everybody, to join the webinar. If anyone has any questions, anyone has any interest, please feel free to reach out to me. Use my email showing here. So thank you.
All right, well, thank you for that.
Mhm.
And so again, for you in the audience, if you'd like a copy of the recording, please visit our YouTube page or the NCRCRD page. I will have that up shortly, hopefully in the next day or so. And I want to thank again our presenter, Dr. Quinn Chow from South Dakota State University, and thank you for participating. And with that, we will end the webinar.
Thank you.